right, good evening and welcome to our first Nvusd Honoring Outstanding Employees event. I'm Dana Page, the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, and I am so excited to be here tonight. Our team has worked really hard on preparing this presentation, and we had hoped to be here in person and celebrating all in the same room and watching the videos in real time instead of over the Zoomosphere. But unfortunately, we needed to make sure that we kept everybody safe and that everyone was able to attend. So we're here on Zoom, but we are nonetheless super excited and we're going to get started. So tonight you will learn about some of the incredibly talented and dedicated individuals who contribute above and beyond to support students in our district. Of course, out of 1,600 employees, there are many more people who do great work, and this is just a small sample. But we are incredibly pleased to make this an annual event so that we can continue to shine a light on amazing staff members, as many as we can. Now I would like to kick off the festivities by introducing our Superintendent of Schools to say a few words. Dr. Rason Masetti, welcome.
Thank you, Dana. I'm so happy to be here tonight. The Human Resources team, under the direction of Assistant Superintendent Dana Page, have worked so hard to create a fabulous program tonight, even with the virtualization of the event. So I'll keep my comments brief so we can quickly move on to celebrating the extraordinary employees being honored at this special inaugural event. So thank you to the Human Resources team for all their hard work. As we move through tonight's program, I want everyone who's here this evening to take various moments to pause and think about the individual contributions of every extraordinary employee being recognized tonight. When we think about the work they do day in and day out, and the number of students' lives being touched by the plethora of actions each of them take in their respective roles, the impact is almost beyond what we can imagine. Every employee being honored tonight is impacting the lives of our students. In education, we are doers, and I feel that we are rarely given the opportunity to slow down and process what we are actually working on every day, transforming the lives of children through education. I am proud of all Nvusd employees, but the employees being recognized tonight are truly exceptional. They have made a significant difference. They have exceeded expectations. They are respected by their peers. They have gone above and beyond. We have most of our trustees attending tonight's event, so I want to thank them for being present too. Their presence is an expression of the pride we feel as the governance team to serve in an organization that has such special talent. Please know that as your superintendent of schools and on behalf of the Board of Education, we congratulate you for being our honored employees of the year and thank you for your passion and commitment to our students here in the Napa Valley Unified School District.
Thank you, Dr. Masetti. It is now my honor to introduce Elizabeth Gonzalez, Director 3 of Human Resources.
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to share with you this evening our 2020-2021 Classified Employees of the Year in each of their categories: maintenance, instructional support, custodial, clerical, food service, technology, transportation, other, which includes health services, community parent liaison, campus supervisor, and child care. These fabulous employees were nominated either by their colleague or supervisor or community member last May in 2021. And to honor them, to continue that tradition, they will be receiving a glass plaque to commemorate their hard work and dedication to Nvusd. For maintenance, Alfonso Herrera Rodriguez has been working for Nvusd for 2.5 years. He loves his job because he gets to work outside and feels more part of nature. He says it's hard work to make everything look nice, but at the end, when you see the results, it makes him feel happy. Congratulations. For instructional support, Amy Rickers has been at NVUSD for 9 years. The part that she enjoys best about her job is being a part of a team that serves the youth of our community. For custodial, Alicia Rodriguez has been at NVUSD for 5 years. The part that she enjoys best about her job is working with a supportive team and being able to help students, families, and staff. Congratulations, Alicia. For our other category, which is Sherry Harvey, and as a campus supervisor and instructional support and clerical, she has been with the district for 12 years. And Sherry enjoys working with her team at American Canyon Middle School and enjoys seeing the kids grow each year. Pardon. For clerical, Ellie Pena Tamayo has been at NVUSD for 5 years. The part of her job she enjoys best are the challenges that she encounters in HR that allow her to grow. In food service, Ben Hansen has worked for 14 years. The part he enjoys best about his job is being a part of a team that serves the youth. In technology, Aaron Vargas has been in the district for 5 years. The part he enjoys best about his job is working for a department where they truly value family. Everyone is caring and honest, and there's a genuine spirit of cooperation and shared goals, all revolving around helping our students and staff. And in our transportation department, Carlos Alvisar Gutierrez has been at NVUSD for 5 years. And the part he enjoys best about his job is working with a supportive team and being able to help students, families, and staff. And those are our great classified employees of the year for 2020, 2021.
Congratulations to all of our classified employees of the year. As Elizabeth said, we have a beautiful glass plaque for you, which we will be delivering out to you as soon as we possibly can. And we encourage everybody to do lots of silent visual applause during our Zoom ceremony. All right, we are ready to move on to our student support honorees. So with so many outstanding employees in all of the categories, the ones that you've just heard about and the ones that are yet to come, it is really hard to pick just a few people to honor. I hope that you keep in mind that the people featured here tonight are not only being recognized as individuals who do great work, but also as the representatives of their job-alike group and all the great work that they do collectively. So now we want to turn our attention and accolades to staff members who support students in a variety of ways. These employees are certificated, but they are not teachers. They support students directly and sometimes indirectly with a variety of professional services. They are few in number, but mighty in their impact. One such person is the counselor. School counselors work at all levels, elementary, middle, and high school. Their focus and daily work looks a little different depending on the ages and the needs of the students, but a high degree of caring, patience, knowledge is always required. Our counselors are often a listening ear for our students, parents, and sometimes staff. There are many incredible counselors in our district, and it was hard to choose just one. But we did select one person to highlight. This person embodies this important role. So now I would like to introduce Marianne Christopherson, principal of Redwood Middle School, to announce this year's Counselor of the Year. So Marianne, if you are not on the panel yet, then please go ahead.
Yes,
and raise your
I'm
hand.
here. I'm here, Dana.
Oh, there you are.
I'm just
Excellent.
yes. I'm just waiting for the slide.
Okay, take it away. We will give you the slide.
Awesome. So good evening, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to introduce and honor Mr. Mark File as NVUSD Counselor of the Year. First of all, I want to say that Mark is an amazing human being. Mark is our MTSS lead here at Redwood Middle School, which requires extra hours of work here at the school site. Mark has taken on the lead also to create weekly homeroom lessons that focus on social emotional homeroom lessons that provide growth for our middle school students, all on top of his regular duties as a middle school counselor, which you can imagine take up the majority of his day. Mark is approachable. He's a team player. He's dependable. He's kind. He's a role model. He has that can-do attitude to get the job done, and not only get the job done, but get excellent results. Our staff, students, and families have come to rely on Mark for all of his expertise in counseling. He leads us to find our own answers without, quote, telling us what to say or do. He helps us with our practice. Here's some quotes from some other staff members. Mark is a treasure and listens with his whole heart. Mark's life purpose is to help shape the future. Mark is about providing kids a chance to participate in their own social emotional learning process. And that's so important to middle school students. He gives them a voice. So next slide. Now let's hear from some of our students.
I think Mr. File is really nice and helps a lot of people because when I had problems, he will fix them for us, and he'll tell us to like don't talk to her or stay away for a long time. And if it kept happening, go back to him or like ignore him a lot and try to not like get mad.
Mr. File is a nice person and he cares about his students. And Mr. File is a good counselor because I can count on him when I have problems. Mr. File is great in so many ways. He's kind, always willing to help, and he doesn't care he doesn't care who you are or what you do. He's always willing to help.
Thank you, Mr. File, for being our champion here at Redwood Middle School. Again, congratulations on a well-deserved award.
Thank you, Principal Christopherson, and congratulations, Mark. I just also want to mention, we have some beautiful videos throughout this presentation, and I'm not sure that the technology gods will be kind to us and allow them to play in the actual speed that they should be playing. So we are going to be posting this entire presentation with all the video links, and we do encourage you to maybe go back and watch those videos at a time when maybe it's a direct download for yourself and you're not watching it through Zoom. So we really apologize for the people who spent so much time making these beautiful videos. We tried everything we could to make them load faster, but we're just gonna have to cross our fingers and hope that the internet is working strongly. Otherwise, please do check them out tomorrow on our website. All right. Well, thank you. And again, congratulations, Mr. File. We're going to move on to our next student support provider of the year. And I'd like to start off by making sure, first of all, that we have Leslie Walder up in the panelist, because we are going to talk about a person who represents the fine people of NAPS, the Napa Association of Pupil Services. This group includes school psychologists, speech language pathologists, social workers, and behaviorists. And so I was hoping that Leslie Walder would be able to say a little bit about some of the work that these people do on a daily basis to help our students. Leslie, are you there?
Good evening, Dana. Yes, I am here. Thank you for inviting me to this wonderful presentation. Yes, I'm the president of NAPS, and we represent 60 employees that collectively cover every school in the district. And as Dana mentioned, we are speech language pathologists, psychologists, social workers, and behaviorists. And this past year, we have had to do our jobs in ways never before imagined, and beyond Zoom and beyond meeting virtually. It was, many of us were meeting with students in person with face shields, with face masks 6 feet apart, so that we could do our assessment roles. But one of the groups that really had the heavy lifting this past year was our social workers. And our social workers kind of were the liaison between school and families and community. And not only did we endure a pandemic, we had many families that suffered as a result of the fires that plagued Napa during 2020. And our social workers were kind of the point of contact for so many of our families in need. So I honor all of our members of NAPS. I just want to make a point of addressing the work that this particular group has done this past year. So I'm happy to pass this over to Kristin.
Thank you. So we have Kristin Nelson here, who is going to introduce our selection for Student Support Provider of the Year. So go ahead, Kristin.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Leslie. It is absolute delight. I've been working with our social workers in NVUSD now for, 7 years, and it is my absolute delight to announce Sarah Berry as the Student Service Provider of the Year. I don't have a slide with exciting videos, but I do have some words that I do want to share with everyone so that you can learn a little bit more about Sarah and all that she brings to us in NVUSD. So Sarah Berry joined the NVUSD family before she was even an official employee of NVUSD. She began working at our wellness centers as a Mentis therapist, providing individual therapy and group mental health support with students at ACMS, Harvest, Silverado, and Redwood middle schools. We quickly scooped her up when there was an opportunity to fill an NVUSD social work position, and she has been like a gift that keeps on giving. She has directly supported hundreds of students, families, and staff, and has mentored so many of her own colleagues, including social workers, counselors, school psychologists, and more. Now serving at Harvest Middle School and Vintage High School, her ability to provide direct services to students and families, along with her efforts to coordinate and develop interventions, provide professional development, and lead the MTSS and wellness teams at her school sites is remarkable. Even more remarkable has been her many ways that NVUSD has benefited from Sarah's hidden talent, or perhaps not so hidden anymore when it comes to data. In a previous career, Sarah was a magical unicorn, data evaluator, and she has graciously shared her magical skills with all of us here at NVUSD, most notably by supporting the implementation of our first universal strengths and difficulties questionnaire rollout district-wide K through 12 in the fall of 2020. Her skill and expertise assisted us to better understand how our students were doing mentally and emotionally at an unprecedented time, the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, when the majority of our students were in distance learning. This data was used to intervene and provide support at a time when we could not even physically see our students and respond to them the way we usually would. There is so much more to share about Sarah Berry and the incredible ways she offers up her skills, dedication, and talent and heart to our school. And to share more about that, what we did do with her sites is created a Padlet, which is a digital bulletin board, which I'll be sharing with Sarah Berry, which contains all the messages from your communities, students, staff, and colleagues who appreciate and love you very much. I'll just conclude by saying that Sarah Berry is number one, the first to show up, volunteer, and raise her hand to support whatever is needed. And number two, she is a true force, one to be sure to be on the lookout for, but one we are ever so lucky to have in our NVUSD family. It is an honor to present Sarah Berry, the Student Support Personnel of the Year for NVUSD. Thank you, Sarah.
Yay, Sarah. And thank you, Kristin, for sharing those lovely words. I also want to mention that both Kristin and Mark will also be receiving one of these beautiful glass plaques to commemorate their selection this year.
You mean Sarah and Mark?
Sarah and Mark. Yes. Did I say Kristin and Mark? I apologize. Thank you. All right. So we're going to move on to our next category. In BC 19, which is before COVID-19, the job of credentialed nurse was one of the busiest. While providing high-level nursing care and case management to medically vulnerable students, our credentialed nurses also responded to medical emergencies, directed health services staff, and conducted operations on a daily basis. They wrote IEP reports and advised on an infinite number of student care decisions. And that's just among a lot of other things. After COVID arrived, nurses were instrumental in helping us to plan and execute on safety protocols so we could continue to operate in an environment that's been dominated by a highly contagious disease. The work of the credentialed nurses has been nothing short of heroic. I am pleased to be honoring the work that they do and in general, and also two particular nurses who have been leaders throughout. Why two? Well, these particular nurses are the dynamic duo who have not only supported all of us, they have supported each other. And it's only fitting that they share this honor this year. So here to say more about them is Mike Mansway, Director of Student Services.
Hey, thank you, Dana. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I'm so happy and proud to be here to celebrate just two phenomenal people who I don't think I would have survived these last 2 years without these two people. So compassion, teamwork, leadership, these three words embody the work of credentialed nurses Lisa Ebling and Anne Marie Pramick. They both very well understand that in order for all students to learn at high levels, their basic health needs must first be met. Because all students do not have the same access to quality health care, the credentialed school nurse helps to identify and fill the healthcare voids that need to be filled. Lisa and Anne Marie understand this and work with Nvusd leadership, community health organizations, and their health services colleagues to address a wide array of student health needs. It can be identifying vision and hearing deficits, ensuring that blood sugar levels of students with diabetes are being monitored throughout the day, or making sure the medically fragile students are getting the nutrients needed through a gastrostomy tube. With over 16,000 students in our district, they both work to put systems in place so that the wide array of student health needs can be met every single day. Lisa and Anne Marie go above and beyond. They seemingly have no off switch. Like other sectors throughout the country, our health services team has been shorthanded throughout the pandemic. Being short-staffed has not deterred either of these nurses. To use the words of one of their colleagues, they never complain, they just take charge, and they do it with grace. I'd like to offer two reflections from the field about each of these incredible women. I have had the pleasure of working beside Anne Marie over the last 18 months during the COVID-19 pandemic as the Napa County Public Health School Liaison. What stands out for me when I think of Anne Marie is her quick, compassionate care that she has provided to all the families that have been affected by this horrible pandemic. She uses her critical thinking to make decisions for her school communities. I have witnessed her going above and beyond on a daily basis and always with a smile and a positive attitude. Another reflection. There is no other way to describe Lisa except for superwoman. I have worked with her for several years, and she is not only outstanding at being a nurse, she is also an amazing teacher. She has an amazing grace about her and the way she makes people around her feel. She comes from a place of non-judgment and makes you feel like you matter. Even when the whole world is crashing down around us, she has a smile on her face and takes time to laugh out loud, even when we want to cry. I honestly don't think I could have made it through the last couple of years without her support and guidance during such a difficult time. On behalf of all Nvusd students, families, and staff, it is truly one of the greatest professional pleasures I've had in the last 35 years to recognize both Anne Marie and Lisa, as co-recipients of the Credential Nurse of the Year Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And
We
congrats.
love you, Mike.
There they are. Do you guys want to say something?
Yeah, likewise, Mike. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. Rock on.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you, Anne Marie and Lisa, for those lovely words. And you too will be receiving one of these beautiful plaques. And Mike, before you go, if you could just stay as a panelist, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I might need you to chime in on this next one too. So tonight we get to honor a representative from a group that is often in the spotlight and sometimes in the hot seat. Managers include classified and certificated staff. They run programs and they manage people. Sometimes just a few, sometimes a lot, like in the case of principals and assistant principals. It requires a special person to take on such high levels of responsibility and deliver results, knowing that the spotlight is bright and that the seat sometimes burns. Ironically, while the manager may appear to be singular in their role, the best ones build and work with teams. Managers must think and act decisively, but thoughtfully, and always stay connected to the bigger picture and the goal of serving students, all while juggling whatever gets thrown their way. I am so excited to announce the first NVUSD Manager of the Year. And this year, the honor goes to Director of Student Services, Mike Mansway. Yay! Congratulations, Mike. And I would like to invite our Assistant Superintendents, Pat Andre Jennings and Mike Pearson, to go ahead and say a few words. Mike.
You're killing me, Dana.
Is Mike going first or do you want me to go first?
You go ahead, Pat.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Mike. You deserve this award as the NVUSD Manager of the Year. Since March 13th of 2020, you have been at the forefront of the district's efforts to keep our students and staff safe as the COVID-19 pandemic unfolded. You have dug deep into every single set of COVID safety guidance that we have received since the beginning. You are also the first person site leaders call when they need advice on student safety. One thing I hear frequently is that Mike always answers his phone when school administrators call. It doesn't matter if it's super late, at night, or on the weekends, he is there. To Mike, I know this was not the cruise you signed up for when you took over as Student Services Director, but it is the cruise you are on, and you have worked tirelessly to ensure that we all make it safely to shore. The Instructional Division is proud to have you represent us as a Manager of the Year. Your next Starbucks Venti Black Iced Tea is on me. Congratulations.
Mr. Pearson.
Yes, Ms. Page, it's a pleasure to have this opportunity to talk about Matthew Michael Mansway, or as we know, Mike Mansway. I know you like that, don't you, Mike? So I guess when you get to be one of the older people in the district, you get to have this lineage of this historical knowledge. So Mike and I actually worked together many years ago. When he was hired to be the principal at Silverado Middle School. I don't know how many years you had been there, but I came over to work for him as an assistant principal. One of the reasons I wanted to I needed to get some middle school experience so I could become a middle school principal. And my year with Mike was really memorable. It was almost as if, and I think you coined this, Mike, at one point, we were almost like two principals at the same school in some ways, although you were definitely the lead, and I appreciated that. Some of the things I got from you on that day through my time with you is how student-centered you were. And how collaborative we were with the staff. We did a lot of good work that one year, and it was really neat to do that. And then after that, because of your tutelage, I was able to be hired as the principal at Redwood Middle School, and then we got to work alongside each other as colleagues for 6 years at Redwood. And those were really some special times as we were still leading the middle school charge and working with Region J, I think it was, or Region 4 or something like that, and collaborating with middle school colleagues around the North Bay. And then after that, I went on to Vintage, but we still worked collaboratively together. And then you took the role on as I think it was with Napa Learns, with the PBL kind of lead. And so I was able to have and continue to have time to collaborate with you. And I think it was, and then you moved into your role as Student Services, Director of Student Services. And I honestly can't think of a better person to lead Student Services than yourself. I think from your standpoint of being so articulate, collaborative, you're a team player, the ability to problem solve, be a thoughtful partner, a lifelong learner, solution oriented, dependable, just someone, it was pointed out that, you'll answer your phone at any times. I've called him many, many times, folks, and he's out there walking, and you can tell he's walking because he's kind of huffing and puffing a little bit, but he's picking it up even when he's exercising, which is crazy because not everybody does that at all. I think, on a couple, I couldn't think of a more deserving person for this award, Mike. And I seriously mean that. You've sunk your heart and soul into NVUSD for the years that you've been hired, and we can't thank you enough for the hours and minutes and years and days and all those sorts of things that go on. And I know Jacqueline and Tammy are on this Zoom as well too. I was able to spot them over in the attendees, and I know they're super proud of you too, and know how hard you've worked as an educator here at NVUSD. I also want to just take a quick minute, just a quick second here, just to tell you that you are just a fantastic, super good dude. I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot of people out there that I would say that about, but you're just a super, super good dude. And I'm also really fortunate to be able to say this too, and proud to be able to say that you're a friend of mine. That I think no matter whenever you determine to leave NVUSD, we'll still be friends, and I think that's I really am going to honor that and appreciate that and value that as well too. So congratulations, this is well deserved, and I'm really happy that you're the first recipient of the NVUSD Manager of the Year award. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations. So Mike, over the years, you have impacted a lot of lives, and we wanted you to hear from many of them tonight. We have a video tribute to share with you. This one is just the highlight reel. There is actually 25 more minutes of compliments and well wishes that are coming to you, which you can enjoy from the comfort of your recliner at home. But we are going to show you the highlights tonight. And again, hopefully it comes through. If not, folks, you can watch it on the replay tomorrow, and on the slideshow, you can log in and see these particular videos. So we'll go ahead and roll it.
Congratulations on being Manager of the Year. Congratulations, Manager of the Year. Congratulations, Mike.
Congratulations, Mike.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations. This is a well-deserved honor. We are so proud of you, and we are so grateful for all the service that you've given to NVUSD, especially these last 2 years, which we know have been incredibly difficult, but you have helped to lead us through them with a lot of grace and good humor. We really appreciate all of your hard work. Mike is the person that is always there when you need him. If you have a question or just need a thought partner, Mike makes the time to meet with you, and he brings a sense of grounding calmness as we have worked through anything that has come our way.
You're also the type of individual that we can count on no matter what. I know as a personal friend of yours, I can always count on you, but also as a professional colleague, I could always call on you, and you were always there no matter what. So I really do appreciate that.
Mike, you are incredible. Your patience through all that we have been through is amazing. And I know every time I call you, which has been many, you are always there to help. Mike, you are a problem solver, a great sounding board, and an encourager.
You are the token male of health services. You took on this role, Director of Student Services, and have done it with abandon. You are approachable when you don't know the answer to a question, you find it out. Your door is always open, and you always have a listening ear.
You are amazing. You have been an incredible Director of Student Services, and it has been a joy and a pleasure to work with you over the course of the last 4 years as I've served as superintendent.
You're amazing there, and I always think of you as a mentor.
You're always so kind and level-headed and easy to talk to and very supportive of people.
You're such a fantastic person to run into in the hallway, always with a smile, no matter how challenging or stressed we all may be. You're really great in that way. I appreciate you very much.
You've been a constant support to all of us, including me. We've been able to really lead courageously through your forward thinking, your can-do attitude.
You always manage to help us to stay calm and find something positive in all of the craziness.
You lead with compassion and heart and are so well respected within our community. You are a great role model, like Mansway.
He's always kind, patient, clear, and wise, and he's dedicated to the health and safety of every single student and staff member.
He is the right person in this role who really has helped us get through a lot of hard times and challenging times in Napa Valley Unified School District.
He's kind, generous,
funny, smart, unassuming, a good decision maker. He takes risks, and I hate it that he never, ever talks to me about Napa Valley Unified School District.
He has been a fabulous leader and supervisor, cares a lot about his employees, cares about the students.
What you have learned and the way you've adapted and the support that you've provided over the last couple of years as the pandemic has unfolded has been just monumental and so crucial as we navigate these times.
As a member of your team, you always show up with deep care for students, staff, families, and your community.
Whenever we've had to send communication, whether it's for an emergency or something related to COVID, you're always calm in the eye of the storm.
You took us to the next level by pushing us to be more in, and Gary Markovich didn't let you or us down. And you were always a good sport about that.
Throughout the transitions, Mike, the dedication that you have and that you continue to give this community has not once faltered. With all of the different hats that you wear and the countless number of people that you support, I can count on one hand, even only on a few fingers, the number of times that I've called you and you didn't answer, albeit many of those calls came on a Friday afternoon and were not necessarily welcomed, but nonetheless, you were always there on the other end of the phone, and that speaks to who you are.
You are indispensable, and I am so thrilled that you have received this honor.
You deserve being manager of the year because you are awesome.
Well, it's no surprise. I mean, you obviously put your heart and soul into every job you've ever had.
Mike handled it with grace and patience and kindness, as he always does, and helped me out a lot. So thanks, Mike.
Thank you for all the wonderful ways you've worked hard to serve both students and the employees of the NVUSD.
Thank you for being an amazing support and helping our communities and our students. It's been tough, and with you there guiding us and supporting us, it's made it much better.
Thank you for being an integral part of keeping our students safe and advocating for staffing constantly, to name a few.
Thank you for always being such a mentor to me and taking time to explain things to me as I learned how to be a principal.
Especially during COVID times. Thank you for everything that you have done for our students at NVUSD.
Thank you so much for helping onboard me as an administrator here at NVUSD and patiently answering every single one of my questions.
Thank you so much for everything you do for the students and families of the Napa Valley Unified School District. We can always count on you when things are hard, which they have for the last couple years. You're always there. You always are calm, always thinking about how you can support our family.
Thank you for all the things that you've done to make the lives of students and staff better.
Thank you, Mike, for everything you do for us as administrators, for the kids of our district. We appreciate all of your efforts so very much. So proud of you. So happy that you're being honored with this tribute that you so well deserve after an incredible amount of work that you put in. So enjoy. Congratulations. And thanks for you.
Wow.
Right. Congratulations, Mike. Again, we invite everybody to watch that video in live stream. It is lovely, and Mike totally well deserved. And we're so proud. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm blown away. Thank you very much, Dana. I really appreciate it. And let me just, I know we want to go. Somebody talked about the participant list, so I took a look and I see a lot of my siblings are here. So really special. Thank you. That's it.
You're welcome, Mike. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to move on now, and we are going to be talking about our phenomenal teachers. So I would like to introduce the Napa Valley Educators Association President, Gail Young, to say a few words about the hearts and souls of the classroom, our teachers. Gail?
We are so fortunate to have so many wonderful employees within our district, and there are so many amazing teachers. They connect our schools to our community. They engage their students daily in meaningful lessons that prepare their students for the road ahead. They're compassionate and generous with their time. A teacher's impact goes above and beyond the walls of the classroom, and I am so pleased to have these educators honored this evening.
Right. Thank you, Gail. This year's teachers were nominated by their peers, their principals, parents, and students. They are lifelong learners and collaborators. They engage all students in their learning through their skill and creativity. Students are at the center of their work always, and they truly believe that all means all when it comes to providing the best environment and instruction for students. Along with my colleagues, Gina DeLuca and Elizabeth Gonzalez, we got to go out last week and present awards to all of the nominees. And Elizabeth and I are gonna go through and share them all with you tonight. And we're very, very pleased to be sharing these nominees with you. All right, our first nominee is Paul Burchard. Paul Burchard is an extraordinary math and science teacher at Vintage High School. As Principal O'Connor says, Paul is the whole package. Students wildly celebrate his incredible influence on their education, and from a peer perspective, his capacity is astounding. He is a genius, truly brilliant. Mr. Burchard is superhuman in his ability to take on multiple preps or subjects each year, and often tops that off with a 1.2, an extra class period to teach. But above all, everyone who comes into contact with Mr. Burchard remarks about his kind nature, humility, and collegiality. Congratulations, Paul. Jennifer Bunker was nominated by one of her coworkers at Vichy Elementary School after a student spontaneously offered that he thought Ms. Bunker was the best teacher in the whole school because even if you don't understand something, she never gets mad and always takes the time to show you. Ms. Bunker's caring demeanor and commitment to ensure every child learns at high levels makes an impression on everyone, especially her students. She serves on the leadership team and is a great communicator and collaborator with staff and families alike. Jen is a consummate professional, and she will do whatever it takes to support student learning and the Vichy team of teachers. Congratulations, Mrs. Bunker. Jamie Butler has always been an inspirational, kind-hearted, good-humored teacher. He is well-loved and admired by countless students, parents, and community members in both Napa and American Canyon. This past year, Jamie has had to be extra creative to keep his award-winning choral music program strong and his students engaged during a time when there was simply no singing allowed. But even under those kinds of conditions, Jamie managed to keep choir students engaged both virtually and in person while trying to build and maintain connection to his students and them to each other. Jamie never gave up, and once again, his amazing singers get their chance to shine, performing, singing, and inspiring others with Mr. Butler at their side. Congratulations, Jamie.
Oops, sorry about that. Avi Dev, teacher from New Tech High School, was nominated for his commitment to students. Mr. Dev has built an incredible, strong special education program at New Tech High that has resulted in all students with IEPs having increased access to opportunities and academic progress. Mr. Dev uses a strong understanding of project-based learning, instruction, and his collaborative nature to support colleagues in making their classroom places where deep learning happens for all students. Congratulations, Mr. Dev. Ann Gardner, a kindergarten teacher at Napa Junction Elementary School, has taught most of her 25 years of teaching in kindergarten, and she loves it. When you enter Miss Gardner's class, you immediately feel welcome. Daily, students are working in centers, collaborating with one another, talking about mathematical concepts, making predictions, etc. She works tirelessly to create a safe and healthy learning environment for all students. Congratulations, Ms. Gardner.
Erin Griffin is a talented Spanish teacher at Napa High School. From the first day of each school year, Erin works to build deep relationships with students. Her focus on creating connection and belonging in her class creates a sense of family that is a model for all staff to aspire to. Erin has become an important voice in leading her department. She serves on the Leadership Council and is directly involved in the adoption of the new world language curriculum. While there has been much change and relearning of skills this year, Erin has been steady and influential to staff and students alike. Congratulations, Erin. Shawna Cadell is a very dedicated teacher who works to perfect her craft, even though she's had years of experience already. She has excellent relationships with her students as well as the families in her class. Shawna skillfully uses priority standards to provide clarity to her students about their learning targets and helps them prepare to demonstrate their skill level and receive feedback. Shawna strives to make her teaching real and engaging. Currently, her students are learning to program robots in the tech lab, which she has skillfully combined with story writing. She is part of the best team and leadership teams. She heads her PLC and inspires others to stay focused and carry on through challenging circumstances. Congratulations, Shawna. Cindy Kobilka takes the time to learn to truly know each of her students, their families, and their stories. She cares deeply about each student, which is evident in her meaningful interactions with them. In her 36 years in education, Cindy has continued to stay current, engaging, and 100% committed to the success of each and every student she serves. Cindy takes time to truly get to know each of her students, their families, and their story. She attends every meeting or activity pertaining to her students and makes sure they feel genuine love and care. Cindy is a leader at West Park. She sits on the district curriculum committee, and as a part of this role, she supports other teachers in using tools like Benchmark, Bridges, and Key Phonics. Many of the strategies and ideas Cindy has shared with other teachers over the years have permeated through the campus as a testament to her talent and influence. Congratulations, Mrs. Kobilka. Rebecca Lacau is a first grade teacher at Willow, and she has a way of making every child feel special. Mrs. Lacau, was nominated by her student, Leo Miyamoto, and his mom. Here's a quote from Leo. Mrs. Lacau helps me solve complex math equations like 8 + 3 = 11. I feel happy and loved in first grade. She cares about our feelings. Kids are excited to be in her class. They are enthralled with learning and have fallen in love with school thanks to her. Mrs. Lacau has lots of energy and is a hard worker, always ready to help. She accomplishes a lot in a day, including helping parents, keeping parents in the loop about what's happening in the class, even providing opportunities for them to leave love notes to students. She holds her students to high expectations, and she leads by example by pushing herself to do the best job she can always. She's an example for all teachers and exemplifies what Teacher of the Year represents. Congratulations. Lynette Lundeen provides an engaging learning environment for her first grade students that inspires them to achieve and surpass their goals. Her classroom is always cheerful and positive, and students are excited to learn. Mrs. Lundeen is a leader among other teachers, helping to make the whole school feel like a safe and welcoming place in her role as a leader of the culture and community team. She loves to amaze and delight her students every December with an incredible Polar Express day, complete with twinkling lights and frozen jingle bells straight from the North Pole. The students in Lynette's class are incredibly fortunate to have her facilitate their learning throughout the year and leave her class at the end of the year with lifelong memories. Congratulations.
Carla Massey, fourth grade teacher at Canyon Oaks Elementary. She was nominated because she continues to create an inclusive learning environment where all students experience success. When she sees the need that benefits our schools or any of our students, she communicates and helps find solutions. She also gets to know each individual learner and makes connections so students grow in their academics as well as their social emotional learning. Congratulations, Mrs. Massey. Jennifer Leahy, art teacher at American Canyon Middle School, was nominated for her passion and knowledge of art. And she teaches her students. When a student walks into Ms. Leahy's classroom, they are enveloped with new ideas and experiences, advancing to new levels as they appreciate art in the world with a new perspective. Some of Ms. Leahy's students become so skillful in art techniques that they become award-winning artists acknowledged throughout the Napa Valley Arts Foundation. Congratulations, Ms. Leahy.
Molly Mcclurg is a teacher on special assignment at Mcpherson. She was unanimously selected for this award by the leadership team because, simply put, she takes on many roles without fanfare. She works hard and gets the job done. Molly Mcclurg's dedication to the school and community is unmatched. She's usually the first person on campus, often seen picking up trash in the parking lot, pulling weeds, or setting up cones for student drop-off. In her off-duty time, she is teaching at Sylvan Learning Center and advocates for students on the Mcpherson campus to receive services there as well. She is bilingual, often translating at conferences around campus. This is in addition to her role on campus as the academic specialist and intervention teacher. She helps teachers with data and strategies to improve instruction for all students at Mcpherson. And she does it all with a smile and a positive attitude. Congratulations, Mrs. Mcclurk. Rich Metler is a middle school science teacher at River School. Principal Kathy Adams nominated Rich, and she states, Rich is a calm and steady force at our school. The students really enjoy his laid-back approach and his deep commitment to science. He incorporates current events in his science lessons, which help students engage and grasp the concepts for better mastery. He provides a good mix of direct instruction and time for students to learn through projects, presentations, and even different art media. Rich is well liked by the staff as well, and he's always a willing participant, ready to help in any way. Congratulations, Mr. Metler. Miss Jessica Rose is a second grade teacher at Alta Heights. Principal Ted Ward calls Mrs. Rose a remarkable educator. When you enter her classroom, you feel the community that she has created for her students. There is a calmness to her classroom that provides a feeling of safety for students to engage in their learning. She uses a multitude of strategies, including verbal and kinesthetic learning strategies, to support her second grade students in their academic learning. Mrs. Rose uses many kinds of strategies to make sure all students are able to understand the lesson. Congratulations, Mrs. Rose. Chris Shue. We have so much admiration for Chris and her eagerness to continue improving and refining her teaching practice. She gives her all to her students year after year and never gets complacent. Her gifts to education and her students are endless. She provides rigorous and engaging instruction in an environment that is safe to ask questions, have fun, and grow exponentially. Chris has high expectations for all students and teaches them how to meet them by helping them to build first their self-confidence and to believe in themselves. She spends as much time on human development as academic development, which helps her students be well prepared for their transition to middle school. Chris sits on every committee West Park has to offer: instructional, cultural, community, and wellness, demonstrating her commitment to West Park students, staff, and families on a daily basis. Congratulations, Mrs. Shue. Maestra Solorio is very dedicated, organized, and has high expectations for her students. She will often go above and beyond to ensure that her students receive the help they need, as well as challenging the students who need it. She is also a great communicator with parents and has been a mentor to many new teachers over the years. Maggie Solorio is the first person in her family to attend college and become a bilingual educator. We, along with the students and coworkers, are grateful for Maestra Solorio choosing this path. Felicidades. What's the best thing about Kinder Academy at Snow Elementary? According to student Alex, it's Mrs. Thomas. Mrs. Thomas is dedicated, passionate, innovative, kind, creative, and has an excellent sense of humor. The parent who nominated Mrs. Thompson explained that she's not only great with students, but parents as well. She set up a Shutterfly website so parents can see photos of their children in action in the classroom. Parents feel connected and informed. Mrs. Thomas teaches the youngest students at Snow School, but you would never know that by the way that they are able to walk around the campus in perfect order. Congratulations, Mrs. Thomas. Mr. Weckler is a teacher at Silverado Middle School. He was nominated by a colleague who appreciates not only his skill and talent, but also his commitment to collaborate with others. He understands that his students are not just the ones on his roster, but all students at Silverado. All of the great strategies and ideas he uses in his classroom, he also shares with other teachers. In addition to his great collaboration, Mr. Weckler is always working to improve his practice, trying new strategies and incorporating new tools. He models the importance of being a lifelong learner and taking on new challenges, including learning and implementing equity grading in the areas of math and science. Mr. Weckler has jumped into the role of MTSS lead. Mr. Weckler is an outstanding teacher and site leader who approaches his work with passion, positivity, and dedication, and the students receive the benefits of his presence at Silverado each and every day. Congratulations, Mr. Weckler.
Debbie Walden, music teacher at American Canyon Middle School. Mrs. Walden is an exemplary teacher that makes the music program that consists of over 350 students at American Canyon Middle School. Due to COVID guidelines, Ms. Walden had to move her classroom outside and makeshift the parking lot as an outdoor classroom. Her principal's words are, "It's by far the most amazing process to watch as students' music skill has progressed in the most challenging environments and sometimes had to hold class outside due to COVID guidelines." Congratulations, Mrs. Walden. Angeline Warnock, chemistry, robotics, and leadership teacher at New Tech High School, was nominated for stepping up during the pandemic in ways that have benefited the students and staff. She is collaborative, innovative, and prioritizes the safety and well-being of everyone on campus. She has a project-based learning-driven chemistry curriculum, and she's established a makerspace lab that provides students with hands-on building, engineering, robotic experiences, and connections, and makes connections to engineers in the community. Congratulations, Mrs. Warnock. Betsy Witt, science teacher at Redwood Middle School, was nominated by her principal because she has a way of making every student feel their unique talents and engages with a project-based learning approach. While she takes time to build relationships with every student, she also maintains a high level of academic rigor. She also participates on the leadership team that provides insight and makes decisions to move the school community forward in order to ensure the community has the connection and care that is needed, especially during these times. Congratulations, Mrs. Witt. Susan Wilson, independent studies teacher at the American Canyon High School site. Mrs. Wilson continued focus on student success and family communication. One of her students wrote, "She knows how to help each student succeed and achieve their best. She has helped me so much individually. She inspires the best in me and is a role model of positivity and work ethic." Congratulations, Mrs. Wilson.
All right, thank you. Those are all of our nominees for Teacher of the Year. And one other thing I wanted to say is when I went out to campuses and I spoke with Elizabeth and Gina, and they kind of experienced this too, a lot of the teachers were kind of shy about being in the spotlight and being recognized for all of the fabulous work that they do. And I just wanted to say to them and to all teachers that you guys should really take a lot more credit for the work you do. You are amazing. There are so many children and now adults, for many of you who've been doing this for so many years, who owe a lot of their opportunities and their great start in life and work in this world to you and the work that you've done. And you should not be shy about celebrating that. So we're glad that although maybe you're not going to do that for yourself, that we can help do that for you. So it's been a pleasure to highlight these amazing Teacher of the Year nominees. And now we are going to announce the 5 teachers who are going to be moving on as Teacher of the Year for Napa Valley Unified School District. But before I give you those names, I want to explain a little bit about the change that took place this year, because I think it's a really positive and wonderful change. In the past, the Napa County office held a County Teacher of the Year selection process, in which everybody could nominate from any district and send in an application, and they received tons and tons of applications from all over, and then from there they selected their winner of the county at the county level. So the change this year is that we as districts get to first nominate and select our own Teachers of the Year. So we get to recognize a lot more teachers and their brilliant work, and then we narrow it down to 5 teachers who are going to represent Nvusd and move on to the county level for consideration. They will be joined by 3 teachers in total from the rest of the districts in the county to kind of match, our size and number of teachers that we have collectively. So these 8 people will then be considered by the county, and one of them will be selected as County Teacher of the Year. And then that person will be moved on to the state level and perhaps become California State Teacher of the Year. So fingers crossed. We are super excited that this is the new way that we're going to be operating for many, many reasons. And without any further ado, I would like to share with you the first of the 5 teachers that we've selected to move on as Teacher of the Year, and it is Shawna Cadell. So Shawna's team at Phillips has provided a video for you, which seems to be missing at the moment. Oh, no, there it comes. It's just a little lag. Oh, technology. All right, here we go. Little gift from the family of West Park.
Congratulations, Miss Cadell. You were such an amazing teacher when I had you as a reading teacher. You helped me learn to read so much. You are an amazing teacher. When you were my substitute, even though I haven't had you for that long, you're really nice and you're an awesome teacher.
Hi, Shawna. Congratulations on your nomination for Teacher of the Year. You really deserve it. I know that your students are blessed to have you, just like I'm blessed to have you as a friend. Good luck.
Congratulations. You helped us better with math.
If I could live my life over again, I would become a student in Miss Cadell's class, because she is probably one of the sweetest, kindest, most competent teachers I think I've ever seen teach, and I'm super old. I remember the very first time I went into her classroom to observe her, because Matt said I should watch her teach reading. And I was like there for 1 minute. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to do what she's doing. She's such an amazing teacher. And I know that, tons and tons of kids have benefited from your patience and your thoughtfulness and the way that you really continue to work on your craft to make sure that you're providing the best experience students can get. And we're just really fortunate to have you, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Miss Cadell. You impacted my life very much, because you helped me learn how to stay calm and not blur out as much as I used to, and I appreciate your help. You are a really great teacher, and you helped me learn a lot of stuff.
Hello, Shawna, your best friend here. Just wanted to say congratulations for being nominated for Teacher of the Year. It is not a surprise to anybody. You are an amazing teacher, and you're also an amazing leader. And I am so blessed to have known you for all these years. I'm so glad you chose to come back to Phillips to teach again, and you got to do your demo lesson in my class, and that was the day that I knew we were going to be awesome, amazing friends and teammates. And I'm not the only one who believes this, but I'm a better teacher because of you. You really inspire us to do our best in the classroom. You're always willing to do strategies for the kids. You are definitely a generational change maker and made a difference for the kids.
Thank you, Ms. Cadell, for helping me learn more fractions and math.
What do you think about, or what would you do here? And she has just given me the best advice. One thing that I think that is the hallmark of Shauna's excellence is that she plans so well for success for her students, and she sticks with that plan. I know if it's a Monday afternoon that she's going to be reading a story that will go along with the keys, that will help embed in her students' memory and their spirits how to live successfully. I know that during SFA reading that she's going to be following those strategies that will give students such great success. Shawna, you are an exemplar teacher of what matters in students' life and what makes students understand what they're learning.
Hey, Shawna, I am so proud of you. This is an amazing, amazing feat that you have accomplished. I am always inspired by your organization. You have such great ideas. You are so calm and you're funny, hilarious, and you're just an overall amazing teacher and amazing friend. So thank you for all that you've done and congratulations. I'm so, so proud of you.
All right, congratulations, Shawna. Shawna, I don't know if you want to say anything. If so, you could raise your hand and Megan would be able to promote you to panelist if you would like to say anything. Otherwise, I mean, I'm kind of putting you on the spot, so.
She does have her hand raised, so I'll go ahead and allow her to speak.
Yay, Shawna.
Hello.
Hi, Shawna.
I'm a bit emotional, but I just want to say thank you. Napa Valley's always been a special place for me. Phillips is my home, and it always, always will be. And I just want to say thank you.
Yay. Congratulations, Shawna. All right. Our next recipient of the Teacher of the Year is Cindy Kobilka. So if you remember, Cindy Kobilka is one of our teachers from West Park, and we have a little video for her.
Congratulations, Cindy, on being nominated as Teacher of the Year. When I think of Cindy as a teacher, the first word I think of is loving. Cindy loves her school community, her students, and her job as a teacher. Cindy is an extremely positive person. Throughout the pandemic, she has kept her positive attitude.
Mom, you've always been my favorite teacher.
Enough to say that I had you from kindergarten through second grade, and I still am grateful and remember your kindness, your soft voice, and your patience.
Ms. Kobilka was one of my favorite teachers going to West Park because she was just so nice and kind to everybody.
Truly gifted in your ability to teach concepts and curriculum. But an extraordinary teacher is so much more. The ability to teach diverse children with diverse levels and needs. This is an art.
Congratulations, Cindy, on your nomination for Teacher of the Year. There's no one that deserves it more than you do. You're an amazing teacher. You're an amazing person. And I have had the pleasure of knowing you all my life and being able to work with you and have my own child in your class. What an honor it has been.
I love being in Ms. Kobilka's class because she's nice.
Cindy Kobilka was my first grade teacher 32 years ago. She was my favorite teacher. She made me feel loved unconditionally, and I got a hug from her every single day.
I just wanted to tell you you're a very nice teacher.
We love you too, Mrs. Kobilka, and we're wondering if you would like to say anything. Go ahead and raise your hand if you would like to be promoted to panelist. All right.
No hand raised from Cindy, but it looks like Caitlin would like to speak on her behalf.
All right, let's go, Caitlin. principal at West Park.
I will absolutely speak on behalf of this amazing woman, and I'm holding it together as I sit here. She is an absolute miracle of a human and an educator, and she has touched so many lives and changed the trajectory of so many. This is just such a special honor, and I had to speak up. Cindy, I knew you wouldn't raise your hand, but you absolutely deserve this and this celebration. You are an amazing human.
All right, thank you, Caitlin, and thank you. Congratulations again. All right, our third recipient is Rebecca Lacau. Rebecca is a first grade teacher from Willow Elementary School. Go ahead and roll the tape from Willow Elementary.
I liked Miss Lacau because she was happy and I was happy and she was the best.
I like Mrs. Lacau because she was fun and we got to play a lot.
So, Miss Lacau had patience with us.
I like Mrs. Lacau because she was fun and we got to do a lot of art.
Miss Lacau always Miss Lacau is a very sweet and kind teacher. Miss Lacau always has a smile when
Miss Lacau made school really fun and it always made me want to come.
Miss Lacau made learning fun and had great energy to come down. When my schoolwork was hard, Miss Lacau encouraged me. Miss Lacau always made me feel like a special person in the classroom. I love how Mrs. Lacau teaches us and uses her kindness to help us grow.
Mrs. Lacau is a wonderful teacher. She's a peer. I've been working with her in first grade for several years now, and she's always there when you need a helping hand.
I've had the privilege to work with Mrs. Lacau for practically 10 years. She is a joy to watch inside the classroom, and she motivates and lifts up everyone around her.
Rebecca is just the most inviting person for her kids and for everyone that she works with. When I first got to know her, I was just taken aback by former students of hers and current students. She'd see them on the playground, she'd give them the side hug and say, I love you, I love you. But she means it and they feel it. And when we talk about students remembering the curriculum, of course, we hope that's going to happen, but they're going to remember how that teacher made them feel, and Rebecca makes them and us all feel loved.
Right. Congratulations, Miss Lacau. There she is. And Miss Lacau, if you would like to say something, you can go ahead and raise your hand.
She would like to speak.
Okay. Welcome, Miss Lacau.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I would just like to say thank you to my Willow family and all those awesome little people who I do truly love. I feel very honored. So thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations, Miss Lacau. All right. Our fourth teacher who's been selected to represent Nvusd is James Weckler of Silverado Middle School. So Mr. Weckler, we have a little video from your friends at Silverado.
Mr. Weckler and I have been teaching together for 5 years now. He's super collaborative and is continuously sharing anything and everything he has. He always brings it like about Mr. Weckler is he is constantly a lifelong learner. He is a great example of the importance of always refining the practice. And if somebody else brings an idea to the table and he thinks it's better or he wants to give it a try, he immediately pivots and goes to that. I really, really appreciate that about him.
He's super knowledgeable, right? Like that's obviously very, very helpful. And I think the other thing I appreciate too is just his like even keeled positively. Parents also talk about him. I've got some friends whose kids have gone through his classroom over the years, and they all talk very positively about his like academic rigor, his expectations for the kids, obviously like content knowledge, all that kind of stuff.
And from a student perspective, is extremely well liked and very respected. The kids adore him. He coaches after school.
He's helpful. He's a good teacher. He's chill. He helps a lot of students.
From a colleague perspective, I'm new to this particular subject area, and he is constantly sharing and teaching, helping, and answering emails and texts into the wee hours sometimes. And I really appreciate his willingness to do this.
Mr. Weckler focuses on results, takes time to build community in each and every class that he has here at Silverado. It's highly collaborative, and he's just a huge part of why we are so successful at Silverado. Okay, congratulations, Mr. Weckler. And if you are there and you would like to say something, go ahead and raise your hand.
He would like to speak. I'm going to go ahead and allow him.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for the nomination. I'm really honored and blown away, especially looking at that list of teachers I know so many of and how many excellent teachers there are in our district. And I'm honored to be chosen to represent us moving forward. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, well deserved. And our final teacher of the year is Jamie Butler. Mr. Butler is from American Canyon High School, and his choral students have put together a little video for him.
Hi, I'm Angie, and one thing that I appreciate most about Mr. Butler is his dedication towards the program. We've had many setbacks, especially after distance learning, but he has never given up on his students, his program, or on himself. I'm pretty sure I can speak for everyone when I say that he influences others through his passion of music, and it's something that I'll always admire.
Hi, my name is Kessler Alejandrino, and one thing I appreciate about Mr. Butler is how he puts in time and effort into getting to know his students and really connecting with them.
Hello, my name is Dave Duane. I'm a longtime friend and colleague of Jamie Butler's. If I were to pick one thing that I appreciate most about Jamie, it would be really hard, and I was kind of hoping this would be a roast. But I really appreciate that Jamie always has a message at his concerts and in his life. And he really is sensitive to what his students and friends are doing.
Hello, my name is Marcus, and one thing I admire about Mr. Butler is how he creates such a welcoming environment and inspires students and teaches students so many more things than just music. He teaches us so many more life lessons and teaches us how music is interconnected with society and our life, which we are able to take away now and into the future.
When observing his work with students, I've always appreciated how Jamie successfully straddles the line between understanding a student and being supportive while not being afraid to push them out of their comfort zones and encouraging them to try new things. The guidance he offers is consistent among all students. It's personal, involved, helpful, and challenging.
As a parent of 2 choir students through Mr. Butler's program, as a community supporter to various causes, what Mr. Butler does for the choir program is beyond what I've ever seen. He's lifted up the positive spirit in our kids through the pandemic, not just through music, but developing their character and creating culture where they come together to become leaders.
Hi, my name is Alicia Rodriguez, and I've been Mr. Butler's choir student for the past 4 years. Because of Mr. Butler, the choir program has become like a second home to me. The love and passion for what he does really shines through in a way that he makes choir feel like more than just a class. Thank you, Mr. Butler, for always going above and beyond for us.
Congratulations, Mr. Butler. And if you're here and you'd like to say something, you go ahead and raise your hand.
He would like to speak.
Right.
So, hello.
Hi.
Right. I'm one of those people who asks if people can hear me. So I'm just so grateful that I get to have a job that I get to teach and work with students like that. And I'm very grateful to be honored for this. And it is a true honor. And I'm again, thank you for all the time and work that went into putting this together for everybody. And it's really an honor. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr. Butler. Congratulations. And, you know, one big final round of applause for all of our honorees tonight. It has been an amazing pleasure for me to put this together with our staff. And I do want to thank Elizabeth, Gina, and Norris for their organization and tireless work to put this together. I want to thank Megan, who's been helping us with the technology, and all of the teams from the various school sites who made these incredible, beautiful videos. Those are just an amazing gift, and we'll definitely get those out to the various recipients. And and our Teachers of the Year will also be receiving one of these beautiful plaques. So we will also get those out to you, and we will get working on those applications for the County Teacher of the Year. And our office is committed to supporting those nominees so we can put our best foot forward and make sure that we have a County Teacher of the Year next year, because we deserve it. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you to our audience for joining us tonight. And yeah, be well. Thank you. Good night.